Viewers, it's a sight of fathomless horror. Hundreds are dead or missing. Every Indian has a prayer on their lips for picturesque Wayanad and its battle citizens. Bad weather is fast reducing the window for battalions of armed personnel and rescue workers to rescue those who remain trapped under the river of sludge. The death toll has crossed 160. Unofficially, people are saying it could have crossed 200, but viewers, we cannot verify all of that. 91 people are reported missing. Over 200 people have been injured, some critical. 5,500 people relocated to safer areas. The NDRF and army teams are engaged in removing the debris. But it's like a Sisyphean task, viewers, because it's constantly raining. Rahul Gandhi is the former MP from Wayanad. In fact, he just stepped away from that seat about a month and a half back. The constituency is set to pass to his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. There will be, of course, a by-election, but that many people say will be a formality. But the two have decided to postpone their visit to the swamp of death, preferring to instead ask questions of the government at the centre. Rahul Gandhi has said, and I quote, "I call on the centre to provide all necessary support to Wayanad. Alarming rise in landslides in Wayanad and Western Ghats. Urge the centre to go in for immediate mapping of landslide-prone areas and mitigate such natural disasters," unquote. Viewers, he was speaking as if he was making some very novel points, some new points. The bid to question the centre hasn't gone down well with Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who has reminded the Congress and its ally, the left, which is in power in the state, that they were alerted about the possibility of a lethal landslide. This is what Amit Shah said.
23 जुलाई को केरल सरकार को अर्ली वार्निंग भारत सरकार की ओर से दी गई थी। 23 जुलाई को 7 दिन फिर 24 को गई, फिर 25 को गई, 26 तारीख को मान्यवर ये कहा गया कि 20 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा वर्षा होगी, भारी वर्षा होगी, लैंडस्लाइड होने की संभावना है, मड भी रस होकर आ सकता है और लोग इसके अंदर दबकर मर भी सकते हैं। मैं कुछ कहना नहीं चाहता था मान्यवर, मगर भारत सरकार की अर्ली वार्निंग सिस्टम पर सवाल किए गए, इसलिए मैं कहता हूं प्लीज लिसन अस, मत चिल्लाइए, प्लीज रीड इट। जो वार्निंग भेजा है उसको पढ़िए जरा। और इस देश में कई राज्य सरकारें ऐसी हैं जिन्होंने इस प्रकार की वार्निंग का उपयोग कर जीरो कैजुअलिटी डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट किया है।
Viewers, it's a sad reflection on the apathetic nature of administrations that refuse to heed warnings such as these. Now, the South has been battered by a tsunami, if you remember, viewers, in 2004. And that tsunami, viewers, took everyone by surprise because there was no early warning detection mechanism. Of course, since then we've moved on and we have these mechanisms, we've invested in technology, we've moved forward, but if administrations are going to turn a blind eye, then that's a problem. But while this warning that has been talked about by Amit Shah was issued a week ago, the hard facts show that the Congress party, when it ruled the state and was also in power at the centre, buried 2 panel reports. The reports categorically warned the UPA and the Kerala UDF government that the people of Wayanad were in mortal danger. And remember, viewers, yesterday on the hard facts, I began by putting out some of those facts. Of course, the people on the show who were supporting the left and the Congress said, no, this area that has been hit by this mudslide, this landslide, was not ever flagged up as an area of concern. So viewers, I dug deeper and I looked at these panel reports, and it turns out that these areas were in fact red flagged as areas of specific concern. 2 panel reports, 2011 and 2013. The Gadgil panel report, as I told you about yesterday, viewers, in fact, the only channel, the only show, the only anchor talking about these angles was here this time, telling you these facts. The Gadgil committee report and the Kasturi Rangan report both recommended that this particular area where the latest tragedy has occurred should be included in the list of eco-sensitive zones regulated by the toughest laws. Hard fact 2, The panel report recommendation in both 2011 and 2013 were rejected tooth and nail, were opposed tooth and nail. The panel reports were never notified. Hard fact 3, from 2011, then Congress-led UDF Kerala government bitterly protested against the panel report findings, saying it would hit business interests. So for them, the business interests were more important than human interests, viewers. Hard fact 4, the UPA government at the centre rejected then Chief Information Commissioner's order ruling in favour of making the 2011 report public in societal interest. The MOEF then was run by Jairam Ramesh and later, of course, by Jayanti Nataraj. Jairam Ramesh, viewers, who has the ear of Rahul Gandhi and who is the #1 communication in charge of the Congress party today. Clearly, Rahul Gandhi and Jairam Ramesh have a lot of explaining to do to the hapless people of Wayanad. Currently, NDA appointed panel is examining the issue with a view to finalizing a draft notification. Viewers, those are the facts. Undeniable facts, uncontested facts, indisputable facts. And I want to open this up. Now that we have this knowledge, can the Congress pass the buck? Mr. Kurian, I would accuse you, as you have accused in the past the railway minister time and again of having blood on his hands. So paraphrasing Congress spokespeople, would you admit, sir, that you have blood on your hands? Not only did you not pay heed, not only did your MPs not make an issue of an alert issued a week ago, but you also, which is the UPA and the Kerala UDF government in the past, buried the 2011 and the 2013 important reports flagging this disaster. And this is the only channel, viewer, the only show, the only anchor who raised this point yesterday. And I was trolled. What do you have to say, Mr. Kurian, today? Put your hand on your heart and say, we owe an apology and an explanation to the people of Kerala, especially of Wayanad.
Rahul, the incident, it's an unfortunate national calamity that has taken shape in Wayanad, and
did you say national or did you say natural?
Natural calamity.
Natural.
Wayanad.
Viewers, note the word.
Yes. And,
note the word. Yes.
And so my deepest condolences to the families of deceased and my speedy recovery to the injured. Having said that, see, this is really unfortunate which has happened, and I strongly believe that it's not time to do politics over the calamity.
Oh, I
here.
see. So what were you doing? What were you doing? What were you doing last week when a train derailed?
I want to appreciate.
No. What were you doing last week when a train derailed? Were you playing politics by asking the railway minister to step down? Simple question, sir. Since you don't do politics.
Well, Rahul, I appreciate the fact that you came out with the report. You mentioned Gargill report.
No, so you appreciate report. Me.
We don't want to.
No. What do you not want
to? Go back to the past.
Rahul Gandhi was the MP for 5 years. Did he not know that a survey like this had been, the survey that he's demanding today as if he's calling for something very new and novel, had been done by his own government? Panel appointed by his own government. Dr. Ranganathan raising his hand. BJP spokesperson raising her hand. I'll come to you both. Dr. Ranganathan first. Yes.
Very briefly, Rahul, 3 points. But before that, my sincere condolences to the families of the bereaved. It's an absolutely terrible tragedy. But in addition to it being a natural disaster, the amazing digging that you have done, and I know this is a terrible time to be commending anybody, but I have to do this because of all the journalists around in India, maybe tens of thousands. It was only you who cared to dig out the past. And I would say, before I begin and just put a couple of points here, that I'm in a way thankful that Rahul Gandhi is not able to go, sincerely, he is not able to go to Wayanad, because if he were to go to Wayanad, what would he do? Would he look into the faces of the families of the bereaved and say, I'm sorry, I was an MP for 5 years. There was committee upon committee report that said that people should not be allowed to build their centers, their homes, their hotels and everything out here because it's an eco-sensitive zone. And any calamity can happen at any moment. And yet I allowed it. For business interest, my government allowed it. And I allowed it as an MP. Would he say that? Number 2, it is absolutely a fact what Mr. Amit Shah has said. And Congress, as I said, these are children of Goebbels. The first rule of propaganda is accuse the other person what you're guilty of. Here, Aaj Duggal Sahab geologist bane hue. Does he not know that such predictions and warnings are routine? And in that routine, the government of Kerala was actually warned that heavy rains and landslides might occur. They did not pay heed to this warning. So on both counts, I'm sorry, I'm not making it political. I'm just making it real as you did. I commend you for digging all this information out. But there is one thing about digging information. There is another thing about asking Rahul Gandhi this.
Yeah.
You will not be allowed to ask him this. Would other dynasty lapdog journalists be allowed to ask him this? They won't.
Well,
Rahul?
yes, Sanju Verma, and then I want to bring in Dr. Raman. Yes, Sanju Verma, make your point, please.
Thank you. First and foremost, my heart goes out to the kith and kin of the close to 200 people who've lost lives in the most horrifying circumstances. And I believe more than 200 people have been hospitalized. I hope that, they recover sooner rather than later. And it's, awful having to do politics on such a horrifying tragedy. But let truth be told. And the simple truth is this. When there are floods in Assam, when there is a train accident, in a BJP-ruled state, Rahul Gandhi or his retainers or his darbaris don't say that, this was a natural disaster and this was not a man-made tragedy. They ask for accountability. Rahul Gandhi has been the MP from Wayanad. The Congress-led UDF was ruling Kerala between 2011 till 2013-14. Jairam Ramesh was the environment minister during that time. Jairam Ramesh and his darbaris in subsequent years, the left also, both the Congress and the left have rejected 4 reports. One, of course, the Madhav Gadgil report, which said that 75% of the resorts built in Wayanad are in ecologically sensitive zones. Second was the Kasturi Rangan report. Third was the V. Vijayan report. And fourth, as recently as 2018, the Indian Institute of Sciences, a very reputed institution from Bangalore, said that 87% of the resorts, homestays and tourist attractions in Wayanad are in ecologically sensitive locations and they need to be rehabilitated or removed from those areas before heavy tourist traffic does untold damage. But this felt on the deaf ears of Pinarayi Vijayan. So the Pinarayi Vijayan government is culpable. Rahul Gandhi, by virtue of being the MP from Wayanad, is culpable. And last but not the least, I culled out a few numbers. I was shocked to know that only to the state of Kerala and West Bengal, the SDRF fund given by Narendra Modi, please note this down, is 6,244 crore.
Okay.
And the rules say that 10% of the funds can be utilized by states without prior approval of the central government. If you have more than 6,000 crores at your disposal, what were you doing, Pinarayi Vijayan? What were you doing, Rahul Gandhi? What were you doing, Priyanka Vadra? What were you doing in 2011, Jairam Ramesh? सारा ज्ञान बीजेपी के लिए है, सारा ज्ञान अमित शाह नरेंद्र मोदी के लिए है.
Dr. Raman,
why are you not being held accountable today for close to 200 people who've died in the most horrifying tragedy in recent times?
Dr. Raman, look, this is the problem with politics. When you point a finger at somebody, 3 point back at you. So Rahul Gandhi now needs to answer. I want to ask you, would Rahul Gandhi's visiting Wayanad in this moment of tragedy help if he doesn't apologize to on his party's behalf to the people of Wayanad, his beloved constituents, as he's called them? Just asking you a simple question.
Yeah, Rahul, first of all, before we get there, I want to ask a simple question. Can you please clarify to whom this early warning was issued and by which agency? It's not been issued by IMD. It's not been issued by Geological Survey. The Geological Survey actually says
now again,
risk of landslide is low. I want to know this.
It's the thin edge of the wedge.
I want to know.
Forget it.
No, it is not thin edge of the wedge. When the minister stands up in Parliament and says that on 23rd of July a warning was issued, it is but natural to ask a simple question: which agency issued it?
Let the Congress ask that question. Why did the Congress put its tail between its leg and not ask that question? One second. No, it's all over Twitter. Dr. Raman, are you?
I will answer him.
Yeah, okay.
Put out.
Let him answer. Let her answer. Verma
Let me
ji.
finish. Let me
No,
finish.
no, let now Sanju Verma respond to you. Let her
Thank
respond.
you. Now you asked a question. You can check this. There is the National Disaster Response Mechanism. There is the National Disaster Response Fund, and the chairman of the National Disaster Response Committee is none other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It is the union government, the Union Home Ministry,
Okay.
which is in constant touch with relevant states.
Viewers,
And
don't
give them early warning signs.
allow
Send the
tonight.
warning
One
to
second,
whom?
one second. Don't
No, I'm
allow.
asking
No, no,
a
one
simple
second, one second.
question.
I need to stop
You are
here. One
saying the
second.
Kerala
Dr.
government
Raman,
is
Sumatra,
Dr. Raman.
shame
No,
on
one
you.
second.
Sumatra,
Are you
shame
suggesting
on
to
you.
me?
Warning issued
No,
to
one
whom?
second,
Who
one
issued
second.
the warning?
Shame on you.
One
that
second,
wrong to
please.
ask?
Stop shouting over each
Kerala
other.
government is guilty.
One
is
second.
culpable of ignoring
Dr.
the
Raman,
warning.
Dr.
Who
Raman,
issued the
I'm
warning
simply
and to whom
asking you
was it
this
sent?
question.
Yes.
I'm simply
Very
asking you
clever.
this question. Yes. I'm simply asking. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan wants to come in. Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's not for nothing that I, admire Dr. Raman. With such beauty and finesse, he has skirted the question that when 3 committees warned
Four.
not to set up tourist destinations there, 4.
Exactly.
Four. He needs to answer that.
No, he
Who is
won't
culpable?
answer that because that is
No, I
the
will
question,
answer that.
viewers.
I will answer that.
That
I will
question
answer that.
is the one
I
that
will
leads
answer that. Now, the
to
first part of the argument has gone.
accountability.
That
Dr.
early
Raman, you
warning
tell
was
me.
given, early warning was given.
I want to ask you, would Rahul Gandhi's going to Wayanad help? I'm repeating the question, maybe you didn't hear it.
Okay.
Would Rahul Gandhi's going to Wayanad be an empty token gesture if he doesn't apologize on his party's behalf
One
to the
second.
people of Wayanad? It's a very simple question, sir.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi, as an individual, is deeply affected by this. He has said so himself. Now, the point
Oh,
is the
really?
question of an
Oh,
apology.
wow.
Of
Oh,
course,
really?
he has said so
Wow.
himself.
My God.
I don't
So
think
affected,
you have
viewers.
not read his
So
post.
affected
Where is
for.
Rahul Gandhi?
No, one
He's
second. Do
busy
the math.
blabbering
Go there
about
as soon
caste
as I
No, no,
know.
one second.
Rahul Gandhi is busy
365.
blabbering about caste
One
census.
second.
No, no.
People
Let me
are
answer this
falling
committee
like a
matter.
pack of
Let us
cards in
examine
Wayanad.
this committee. This
People
whole
are falling
committee
down
which
like
you
a pack of
appointed.
cards in
Let
Wayanad,
us
and
go
Rahul
into
Gandhi
that.
is busy giving
No, my
lectures on
maths is
caste
not my. No,
census.
please,
Let
everyone
me-
silent.
one
Lower
minute.
the fader.
Let me
Viewers,
answer.
viewers, no, one second. His heart is beating so much today for the people of Wayanad that for 1,800, I think, in 25 days, when he was an MP, he didn't think it necessary to save their lives? Viewers, that's a very simple question. If his heart is beating as it does, convulsing in his ribcage, because he believes that the people of Wayanad deserve better, what was he doing for 1,825 days, viewers? Give or take a few more. So, Dr. Raman, I want to ask you, what kind of beating heart is this that forgets the people that elected him for 5 years and remembers
one
them
second.
after a tragedy
Yeah.
has struck?
Yes, ask that question to the Kerala government, ask it to the then Karnataka government, ask it
Why
to the
should we not
Maharashtra
ask
government,
questions to
ask it
Rahul
to the
Gandhi?
Goa
Maharashtra government, by the
All
way, sir, was a
4
Congress government in
Rahul Gandhi
2011.
is the MP from Wayanad.
Yes.
No,
I'm
in
talking
2011, the
I'm
government that
talking about all
opposed the
period
report
thereafter.
of Gadgil was
Which
also a
government-
Congress government, viewers.
Which
Two of the
government-
most
which
important
government-
states. No, one second.
After that- No,
You
1
see,
minute.
Dr.
Goa
Raman has
government-
sat here, viewers,
I'm-
to construct
I'm
a
sorry.
defense of the indefensible.
There is nothing to defend
Ra-
here.
There's nothing to defend.
here.
Then I'm asking you a simple
Rahul-
question which you have not
Rahul-
answered for the last 7
Look,
minutes on the show.
you-
I've asked
I
you,
have-
Rahul-
would
I
it be an empty gesture?
A statement
Rahul-
has been
Rahul-
made
Rahul-
that
Yes,
an
Dr.
early warning
Ranganathan,
was
go ahead.
issued to the
Go ahead.
Kerala government.
You know, Dr.
Please
Sumantra.
ask the people on the show to tell me clearly to whom the warning was issued and by which
Okay.
The
agency.
warning
End of
was
story.
issued by
This
the union
nitpicking-
government to the state government of
To
Kerala.
whom?
To
The
whom?
government of Kerala.
To
The government
Pinarayi
of Kerala
Vijayan's
has
office.
categorically
To
said
Pinarayi
no.
Vijayan's office. I'm telling you, to Pinarayi Vijayan's office.
Okay,
What more
viewers,
do you need?
I need to shut this down. This is a facile argument. I want to bring in Dr. Ranganathan, lower everyone's faders, because this is a facile question to be debating.
Yes.
Because it's not
Yes,
as if
I
in
just-
5 days, under those mitigating circumstances, you could have even evacuated people. Or suddenly
just want
removed, like, Hanumanji carried off a mountain. You could not have just picked up each one of these resorts and put them in some other part of the country, viewers, saving every tourist. So, Dr. Ranganathan, yes.
Yes, Rahul, just for argument's sake, I am an MP for 5 years of my constituency that I value very much. I have come to know, it has come to my knowledge that there have been 4 reports that categorically have forewarned of a disaster were the ecological sensitive zone be
Yes.
habitated by hotels and resorts. As an MP, is it my duty to not act on those reports.
Absolutely it is, viewers. It's as clear as day. That is the answer that Dr. Aman should have been giving. And then he can have asked 20 other questions, no problems. But viewers, you saw the responses. You have seen how the ecosystem is going to go out there and cosset Mr. Gandhi from blame. I'll leave it at this.